making baby back ribs so yummy, tender, and fall apart is not difficult. You just have to let them cook longer than most people are willing to wait. Easy to throw together, but I want them on your grill or in your oven for 3 to 4 hours on a low temperature, and then they just fall apart. People want to have them done in an hour, hour and a half, and that makes them tough. So I've got right here just one rack of pork baby back ribs, and I'm going to do a quick dry rub. It's got some brown sugar. I've got 2 cups of brown sugar here in the bowl, and I'm going to add some dry mustard. The recipe's online under the Kansas City style pork ribs is what this recipe's on. So I've got the dry mustard, I want a little bit of paprika, and some garlic powder, and some salt and pepper. You can zip this up with some cayenne if you want, a little bit of onion powder, about the same amount as the garlic, and then that's about it. So I'm going to stir that around, and maybe I'm going to add a little bit more mustard, dry mustard, to offset all that sweetness. Stir that around, and then I'm going to rub this on my ribs. Now, this is one step that you don't necessarily have to take. You could just put your ribs right on the grill or in your oven without the seasonings, but every time you do a dry rub and then you have a sticky wet sauce on it as well, it's just layering the flavors. One thing will add to another, and you just layer. I'm going to also season the back side. You can see how thick and meaty these baby backs are. So good. And by the way, just always remove that membrane that's on this side. Easy to do before you season it, and that's going to ensure a nice tender cut of meat too. Okay, now you can, if you want, to wrap this and let that marinate in there for an hour or so in the refrigerator. But you know, every little step makes a little bit of a difference. But I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in my oven for 4 hours at 300 degrees, even 250 would be fine. Or you can put it on your grill on an indirect heat, meaning having the heat on over here and your ribs are on this side, and that indirect heat just heats that up like an oven for 3 to 4 hours, and then we're going to start basting it with our Kansas City barbecue sauce, which we'll make right now. Okay, we're going to whip up a sauce that was Kansas City style, really sticky and yummy, but you can use your bottled barbecue sauce, your favorite, Famous Dave's or whatever you love, and throw those on your ribs. But again, the key to your ribs is low and slow, 3 or 4 hours if you want your ribs falling apart. All right, in this pan, we don't have to heat this sauce, by the way, but I'm just doing it in this pan because I had it right handy. In this pan I have about a cup, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and the sauce calls for 28 ounces or so of tomato sauce. This can holds 29 ounces. Am I going to take out an ounce? No. We're just going to make that work. Calls for some tomato paste. So I'll put some of the tomato paste in there as well. Yummy. And then I want some cider vinegar. And I'll just pour in a little. And then we've got the spicy mustard. Put in about a tablespoon or 2. And salt and pepper, cayenne, garlic powder, and onion powder I'll get to, and then a little bit of molasses, which adds just that deep flavor to it. So there's salt and pepper, a little cayenne. And then to add a little depth to the sauce, I'm going to add a bit of molasses. Maybe a 1/4 cup or so. Okay. Yum. That adds just a richness to it. You can add something like liquid smoke if you would like to have that smoky flavor. And like I said, I mix this in a saucepan. You don't have to heat it, but you surely could. If you want to get that thicker, let that reduce down a little bit. But as you baste your ribs with this, it becomes rich and sticky as well. The brown sugar in there starts to caramelize. And here I've got these ribs that cooked for 4 hours. You can see they're just falling apart. And my sauce is all good and sticky on there. And it makes my mouth water. They're cooled enough for me to tear them apart. But look at that. Oh my goodness. Delicious. Sorry. I can't not eat that. In fact, I don't want to stop. Kansas City style barbecue ribs. Get them on your grill or in your oven this weekend. Enjoy.